Episode 7 arrives at a critical point in the season. Over the past several episodes, we've watched Beth and Rip work tirelessly to build a new future in Texas. They've poured everything into making the ranch successful. They've fought rivals, handled unexpected setbacks, and tried to create a stable home for Carter. But just when things appeared to be moving in the right direction, new threats began emerging from every direction. The title of Episode 7, Den of Sin, immediately suggests that danger is waiting around every corner. It hints at betrayal, corruption, and hidden enemies operating in the shadows. It also suggests that Beth and Rip may soon find themselves entering territory where the normal rules no longer apply. One of the biggest storylines heading into this episode involves Beth herself. Throughout the season, Beth has been determined to prove that nobody can outsmart her. She has handled negotiations, confronted enemies, and used her intelligence to stay one step ahead. But episode May 7 finally place her in a position where even she cannot control the outcome. The previews hint that a major crisis is approaching. Something unexpected appears to strike at the heart of everything Beth and Rip have built. Whether it's financial sabotage, betrayal from a trusted ally, or a direct attack against the ranch, the consequences could be devastating. Beth has always thrived under pressure. However, this situation feels different. The fear in her eyes during several preview scenes suggests that the threat may be more personal than anything we've seen before. If someone has managed to outmaneuver Beth, it could change the entire balance of power moving forward. At the same time, Rip Wheeler appears ready to take matters into his own hands. The season has been building toward a major explosion, and Episode 7 appears ready to deliver exactly that. For weeks we've watched tensions rise. We've seen enemies quietly moving into position. We've seen Beth trying to stay ahead of every threat. We've seen Rip attempting to hold everything together. But the cracks are beginning to show, and those cracks may soon become impossible to ignore. The biggest question heading into Episode 7 is simple. Who can Beth trust? Throughout the season Beth has relied on her instincts. She has always believed she could see through people's lies. She has always believed she could identify danger before it arrived. Yet every great strategist eventually encounters an opponent who is just as clever. Episode May 7 revealed that Beth has been playing a game without realizing someone else was controlling the board. Imagine Beth discovering that confidential ranch information has been leaking for months. Imagine learning that every business decision, every negotiation, and every plan she carefully developed has been secretly monitored by someone she considered an ally. Such a revelation would hit harder than any financial loss because betrayal is the one thing Beth never forgives. As Beth searches for answers, Rip may begin noticing something equally troubling. The threats facing the ranch are becoming too coordinated. Every setback arrives at the perfect moment. Every obstacle appears designed to weaken their position. That doesn't happen by accident. Someone is directing these attacks. Rip has never been interested in politics or business games. His world is simple. Protect the people he loves and eliminate threats when necessary. That's why Episode 7 could become one of Rip's most intense episodes yet. The more evidence he uncovers, the angrier he becomes. The closer he gets to the truth, the more dangerous he becomes. The preview suggests that Rip spends much of the episode investigating suspicious activity around the ranch. Several scenes appear to show him questioning people, following leads, and confronting individuals who may know more than they're willing to admit. And here's where things become truly interesting. What if the enemy isn't outside the ranch? What if the enemy has been inside the ranch all along? That possibility would explain why every move Beth and Rip make seems to encounter resistance. It would explain how their rivals consistently stay one step ahead. Most importantly, it would create the kind of emotional conflict that Dutton Ranch does best. A stranger can hurt you, a rival can challenge you. But only someone you trust can truly betray you. Meanwhile, Carter may find himself facing the most important test of his life. For much of the season Carter has been learning what it means to be part of a family. He has worked hard to earn Beth and Rip's respect. He has proven himself capable of handling responsibility. But episode 7 could force him to make decisions that no young man should ever have to make. The danger surrounding the ranch is escalating. If Carter discovers information that could expose the enemy, he may become a target himself. Suddenly the young man who once needed protection could become the key to protecting everyone else. This possibility has many fans worried because Carter's story has always been about growth and survival. Placing him directly in the line of fire would raise the emotional stakes dramatically. Imagine Carter overhearing a conversation he wasn't supposed to hear. Such a storyline would instantly make Carter one of the most important characters in the episode. At the same time, another threat may be emerging beyond the ranch's borders. The rival landowners have not disappeared. In fact, they appear more determined than ever. Every setback suffered by Beth and Rip benefits those who want control of the region. The question is whether these rivals are acting independently or working with someone much closer to home. Many fans believe episode 7 will reveal a larger conspiracy involving multiple players. Instead of one villain operating alone, there could be several groups working together to weaken the ranch. If that's true, Beth and Rip may be facing a challenge far greater than they imagined. The title, Den of Sin, continues to fuel speculation. A den is a place where secrets are hidden. A place where dangerous people gather. A place where truth becomes difficult to find. The title suggests that Beth and Rip may enter unfamiliar territory while searching for answers. They could discover meetings taking place behind closed doors. They could uncover evidence of corruption. They could learn that some of the people they considered enemies were merely pawns being used by someone even more powerful. One thing viewers should watch closely is Beth's emotional state throughout the episode. Beth is strongest when she is angry. She is strongest when she knows exactly who her enemy is. But uncertainty affects her differently. When Beth doesn't know who to trust, every conversation becomes suspicious. Every friendly face becomes a potential threat. Every decision carries greater risk. This psychological pressure could become one of the episode's most fascinating storylines. As Beth struggles to identify the enemy, Rip may decide that waiting for answers is no longer an option. This could lead to the episode's biggest confrontation. Imagine Rip tracking down a suspect in the middle of the night. Imagine a tense standoff where years of frustration finally boil over. Imagine secrets being revealed during an explosive argument that changes everything. Scenes like these are exactly what fans expect from a major turning point episode. And then there is the possibility of a shocking cliffhanger. Dutton Ranch has repeatedly ended episodes with moments that leave viewers desperate for answers. Episode 7 feels perfectly positioned to continue that tradition. Perhaps Beth discovers proof of betrayal just seconds before the episode ends. Perhaps Rip finds himself facing a deadly threat. Perhaps Carter goes missing. Or perhaps the ranch itself becomes the target of a devastating attack. Any of these possibilities would create enormous anticipation for Episode 8. What makes Episode 7 especially important is its timing within the season. The story is entering its final stretch. That means the writers can no longer simply build suspense. They must begin paying off the mysteries and conflicts that have been developing since Episode 1. The enemy must step out of the shadows. The betrayals must be exposed. The war for the ranch must become unavoidable. Every sign suggests Episode 7 will begin that process. By the time the credits roll, viewers may finally understand who has been manipulating events behind the scenes. They may discover which characters can truly be trusted. And they may realize that the greatest threat facing Beth and Rip is much closer than anyone expected. No matter how the episode unfolds, one thing is certain. The future of the ranch hangs in the balance. The family is under attack. The enemy is closing in. And Rip Wheeler is running out of patience. If that combination doesn't lead to chaos, nothing will. So prepare yourselves for an episode packed with tension, emotional confrontations, shocking revelations, and game-changing twists. Rip has spent much of the season trying to avoid unnecessary conflict. He's focused on protecting his family and building a future rather than seeking revenge. But episode 7 could mark the moment when Rip finally reaches his breaking point. Fans know exactly what happens when Rip feels cornered. He becomes dangerous. The episode title alone suggests that Rip may be forced into situations where violence becomes unavoidable. If someone threatens Beth, Carter, or the ranch itself, Rip won't hesitate to respond. And based on what we've seen in the trailers, he may already be preparing for a confrontation. Some fans believe Rip will track down the people responsible for the ranch's latest problems and deliver a message they'll never forget. Others think a larger showdown is coming that could involve multiple rival groups competing for control of the region. Either way, Rip's actions in episode 7 could permanently alter the course of the season. Another important storyline involves Carter. From the very beginning, Carter has been one of the emotional centers of the series. Beth and Rip have treated him like family, guiding him through challenges and helping him grow into a stronger young man. But episode May 7 put Carter in an incredibly difficult position. The growing tension surrounding the ranch could force him to make choices that test his loyalty and maturity. For much of the season, Carter has looked up to Rip as a father figure. He's learned valuable lessons about responsibility, honor, and hard work. However, the dangers surrounding the ranch may soon require Carter to step out of the background and become an active participant in the family's fight for survival. This could become one of the most emotional storylines of the episode. Many viewers have speculated that Carter may find himself in danger. If that's true, Beth and Rip would stop at nothing to protect him. And if someone intentionally targets Carter, the consequences could be catastrophic. Now let's talk about the rival ranch conflict. This war has been brewing since the beginning of the season. Every episode has added more fuel to the fire. Land disputes, business disagreements, hidden agendas, and personal grudges have slowly pushed both sides toward confrontation. Episode 7 appears ready to take that conflict to the next level. The preview suggests that new alliances are forming behind the scenes. Certain characters who once appeared trustworthy may reveal hidden motivations. Others may decide that loyalty means less than personal gain. As a result, Beth and Rip could find themselves surrounded by enemies they never expected. One theory gaining popularity among fans is that a trusted ally will betray the family. If that happens, it would explain why the episode feels so tense. The most dangerous enemy is often the one standing closest to you. A betrayal from within would not only damage the ranch financially but also create emotional wounds that may never fully heal. Imagine Beth discovering that someone she trusted has been feeding information to their rivals. Imagine Rip realizing that a friend has secretly been working against him. The fallout would be enormous. And that's exactly the kind of dramatic twist that could set up the final episodes of the season. Another clue comes from the episode's title. Den of Sin sounds like a place where secrets are hidden. It suggests that Beth and Rip may uncover information that exposes the true mastermind behind many of the season's problems. Perhaps there is someone pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Someone who has been manipulating events from the very beginning. Someone waiting for the perfect moment to strike. If episode 7 reveals that hidden enemy, it would instantly raise the stakes for the remainder of the season. Meanwhile, viewers should expect plenty of emotional moments between Beth and Rip. One reason fans love this series is because of the relationship between these two characters. Despite all the chaos surrounding them, they remain fiercely loyal to one another. But episode May 7 tests that bond like never before. Stress, fear, and uncertainty have a way of affecting even the strongest relationships. If the ranch faces a major crisis, Beth and Rip could find themselves disagreeing about how to handle it. Beth may want to use strategy and manipulation. Rip may prefer direct action. Those differences could create tension between them at exactly the wrong time. However, history has shown that when Beth and Rip work together, they're nearly unstoppable. That's why as the story progresses, viewers should pay close attention to every conversation. Dutton Ranch has always been a show filled with hidden clues. Small details often become incredibly important later. A casual comment in episode 7 could foreshadow a major twist in episode 8 or episode 9. That's why fans love analyzing every scene. Nothing happens by accident. Every decision matters. Every alliance has consequences. And every secret eventually comes to light. Looking ahead, Episode 7 feels like the turning point of the entire season. The first half of the season focused on building tensions. Now those tensions are ready to explode. Relationships will be tested. Enemies will reveal themselves. Loyalties will be questioned. And the future of the ranch could hang in the balance. If the previews are accurate, viewers should prepare for shocking revelations, emotional confrontations, and possibly one of the biggest cliffhangers of the season. The final moments of the episode may leave fans desperately waiting for Episode 8. Could Beth discover a devastating betrayal? Could Rip launch a dangerous retaliation? Could Carter find himself caught in the middle? All signs point toward a dramatic and unforgettable hour of television. Whatever happens, one thing seems certain. The fight for the ranch is far from over. And by the time Episode 7 ends, the battle lines may be drawn more clearly than ever before. What do you think will happen in Dutton Ranch Episode 7? Will Beth uncover the truth? Will Rip finally snap? Will Carter be placed in danger? Let us know your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more Dutton Ranch updates, spoilers, previews, and theories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.